know. You never know.
All right, hey folks, this is David Olney, and this show is called You Never Know. And okay, let's get right to it. What happened? Spring ahead. Oh, it's just too long a story to tell you how I got screwed up on that. But I'm not the first person who's been fooled. I've always wondered how many hours you could lose if you were crossing a time zone right at the moment that, on the day that the time changed. I was wondering what would be the maximum number of hours you could screw up, because I'm the man who could do it. Okay, what happened last week? Debuted at South on Main Street in Little Rock, Arkansas, and returned to the Thacker Mountain Radio Hour at Off Square Books in Oxford, Mississippi. Okay, Arkansas rocks, and it was great to see Joe Measle and R.J. Looney. They played, opened up, and these songs that they play, and I think some of them are Joe's. I'm not sure if R.J. is in on the writing of them. But anyway, they're just these odd songs, and they're, it takes a minute, but then you go, this is really unique. I really enjoyed hearing their set. Okay, Oxford, Mississippi, that was fun. The last time I played there was like 2 days after 9/11, which was like, the vibe in that place was, back then, was just so somber. It was really tough to have a good time. But this time around it was great, and appreciate everyone down there. And of course, Oxford, Mississippi is one of the prettiest southern towns you can imagine. It's almost like a postcard. Need a little inspiration? Oh yeah, okay. Sonnets on Wood. Here's one I just happen to have with me. Oh, that's my sheet. Okay. There's, I get it. There's one right there. This one's going out to my friends Trudy and CM, which is Simon, in Holland, the Netherlands. And they're lovely people, and I'm glad they were interested in getting this. But anyway, I made a bunch of these things. And so, okay, it's Sonnets on Wood. Available at Art and Invention Gallery in 5 Points, East Nashville. Okay, I mean, just call them up and you can buy one. Or just come down and visit. Would it kill you to come to Nashville? Go to East Nashville, go and look at my Sonnets on Wood. You don't have enough purpose in your life. This would be something new for you. Okay. No, I hope you check them out. Coming up this week, Texas Calls. Many performances in Austin, and then off to Houston and Silver Hill, Alabama. Not South by Southwest at the G&S Lounge. Then the Saxon Pub, Opas, and Giddy Ups on Menchaca Road. And then Anderson Fair in Houston, the legendary Anderson Fair. The Frog Pond with Grayson Caps. This is the one in Silver Hill, Alabama. The Frog Pond with Grayson Caps, R.B. Morris, Corky Hughes, Chris Rea, and Eric Taylor kicking things off at 2 p.m. And then after that is Palm Sunday, and you can check out everything, all things David Olney, online at davidolney.com. Okay, one more. Here's one more. Here's a Mark Gherkin poster of what? These posters are so good. I see these things and I go, I need to collect these and put them in a book or something. They're really well done. He's really a true artist. Okay, so let's play something. This is from Through a Glass Darkly. And how did this come? Oh, my friend Will Owen gave me a book about John Dillinger, just a cheap, tawdry, biography. And something clicked in my head, and I tried to get the feel for that period of time, 1930s. And I tried to imagine being in Dillinger's gang. Driving across the Illinois plain, hard times in 33. John's got a bottle and he's feeling no pain, just the usual low-down misery. Hey John, don't you think it's a crying shame a man lose a farm and he ain't to blame? They're suckers, says John Dillinger. It's another bleak November day. Can't decide to rain or snow, but the money's in the bags and they're getting away, heading north for Chicago. Big gray buildings, little gray men, have a little fun then we'll do it again. Alright, says John Dillinger. Luther's bleeding from a hole in his side. I don't believe he'll make it through. Ruby cradles his head and she starts to cry. Oh God, what can I do? I've always been a gangster's girl. Don't die and leave me alone in the world. Shut up, says John Dillinger. Well, across his lap a submachine, under his arm a 38. Well, he's feeling alive and he's feeling mean. His yellow eyes are filled with hate. The papers say he's a Robin Hood, mistreated and misunderstood. Fuck 'em, says John Dillinger. Says John Dillinger. All right, that's called Dillinger. You know, from reading this book about the life of John Dillinger, but it's also driving across Illinois, just miles and miles of flat. You think of Chicago, and that's Illinois, but most of Illinois is like flatter than a pancake. Farms, what it was like, what it would be like to drive across that. And I read somewhere a description, the first skyscrapers were built in Chicago. And what it must have looked like coming across, you know, an earlier time, around 1920 or so, when they first started going up. You know, all this flatness and this thing like mushrooms coming out of the ground, you know, these skyscrapers. It must have looked amazing. Okay, so I had that in my head. And also, you know, I'm learning how to play. I learned these Woody Guthrie songs, and I remember I used to play Pretty Boy Floyd and, you know, the dashing gangsters of the 30s. And then for a while I lived in New York, and I got mugged, and it kind of changed my attitude toward people who carry guns pointed at me. I suddenly, that seemed a lot less romantic to me. And just the nature of bullies, that kind of John Dillinger, you know, every time someone else tries to show a little humanity and care about somebody, John Dillinger's there drunk, you know, going, you know, shut up. So, isn't that a happy thing? That's a snappy little tune, too. That was the thing, to have this sort of harsh story, this harsh character against this sounds like a, you know, theme song to a, you know, Brady Bunch or something kind of tune. So that's what's happening there, and I'm going to go work on readjusting myself to the time change. So I may be gone for a while. A week maybe. I'll see you next week. Or I'll see you in Texas. Or I'll hear from you at the Art and Invention Gallery. Whatever. Take care, and I'll see you when I see you.
You never know. You never know.